Hey guys, welcome back to Smashing Punk Fan. Today we're going to be tackling a no start issue on the Predator-3500 inverter generator. So every time we go to start it here, we're having absolutely no contact, no response. So let's start by checking the battery. You will need a flathead screwdriver to perform most of this, so go ahead and pop off the cover there and you can use it, kind of dig out the battery. It's a little bit jammed in there, but just be patient. Wiggle it on out. You don't even have to disconnect the battery leads. Go ahead and get your battery tester, multimeter. We're going to set it to 200 ohms and see what we got reading on the battery here. Just remember, red to black, you have a heart attack. Make sure you do it right, follow the color leads here. What we're reading is 15 volts on this battery, 15.1 actually, so it's actually showing quite a bit enough charge to actually go and start it. So that's not our issue. Let's dig a little deeper here and see what we can find out. For convenience sake and to keep your workplace safe and clean, go ahead and reassemble the battery here with the cover. That way you don't have electrical parts strewn all over the place, because we're about to tear off the side of this thing and get in even deeper. From the same 1/4 inch driver set, we're going to pull the DeWalt with an 8mm in the extension, and make sure to keep your flathead handy because you'll need it to pry out these little gummy sockets that are protecting the screws on top. With these two bad boys on top removed, we're going to go and switch the bottom end, and then there's 3 on the back as well as the front, so 9 total. Just take them out one at a time, make sure to keep them tidy. They all pretty much are the exact same, except for these bottom ones have a slightly fatter head on them, and you'll tell as soon as you pull them apart the difference on them. Before the side panel can actually come off, these 2 wheels will have to come off, and it's for convenience sake will help to prop up the generator. That way you have full free floating access like I do here to rotate them to make sure you can get to the cotter pin to pull it out. Just trust me, get a block under there, and it helps at the angle too, so you don't have to reach down so far, so you can actually see in there and what's going on. The last remaining 3 on the back side here. Don't mind the exhaust panel there. It looks nasty all the time. You have 3 on the front here, bottom, middle, and top. The top one, when I go to pull it, is stripped from the plastic. That's my bad, not you guys's, so just be patient with it. Now that I have access to the inside, I totally forgot that these things like to destroy the pull cord. Because I've had so many of them, I have a spare handle lying around. There we go. We're going to actually go ahead and fish out the cable for the pull cord so we can repair it and have a way to start this unit again. Some of the tools that will make this part very handy is some needle nose pliers like this that pinch and grip. That way when you pull the cord, if you need to let go of it, you can hold it down like a surgeon. Some of these clippers will be able to snip the wire very easily, and also a pocket knife just in case you need to fray it or cut off an end. You never know when you need some versatility. And these pick tools at the end are the best way to actually fish out the wire, because taking off the cover itself is 3 bolts. It's absolutely impossible unless you want to disassemble much more of this unit. So you can use these 2 and actually fish it out from the front and not have to disassemble anything else. I do remove 2 of the screws here just so I have a little more flex room. There's a 3rd you cannot reach unless you take off the front cover of this thing, which is just way more work than I'm willing to do at this point. It's cold. So now that I fished it out, we're going to pull it out. The rest of the way through, this mounting tab here is what I guess destroys these things. So just for now, because I have a 1-year warranty on it and it's almost time for it to go back, this is going to work good enough. Let's go ahead and fish it out through here. And don't forget, it does go through the red external panel as well. Once you've done fishing out the entire unit, it's for security's sake to channel lock them just like this, or even grip them very tight and give it a good old pull. You want that knot to be so firm and tight that concrete would cry. We're going to go ahead and replace the 2 screws I did take out. That way we can go and give this thing a proper test pull to see if it does start before we reassemble the entire panel. To ensure that it gives a proper, strong, smooth pull, I do put the panel back on here just for the testing purposes. And when we go to pull it, the cord does have excess that is hanging out, not a big deal. It's a short pull, be patient with it. And once you give it a good yank a couple of times in the choke position, it does manage to fire up correctly. So like I said, with this going back with less than, a year left on the warranty, I'm not super concerned about it because these things have a lot of failing issues. Ultimately, I believe what we discovered is that the starter solenoid has failed. And the worst thing about it is I can't even locate it on this thing. I took off the other panel and you can't even find it on this unit. It's so well hidden behind, it appears to be a shimmery intake manifold. So I don't really want to take that part off. If I have to in a future video, I will. But that's what happened with this one, is we got a pull cord fixed. Ultimately, it fires up. It's going to function for the remaining life of its warranty. Well guys, as 2024 winds down to the end, while I reassemble this unit, I just want to talk to you about the channel. Smashing Punk Fan has grown a lot this year. I hope to grow a lot in 2025, and most importantly, I hope you guys are going to be there to help me along, to watch it, to grow along with me and the channel. I do plan on buying more vehicles and more of these generators to do more repairs, to expand, and just continue to grow and enjoy the process. Cannot do it without any of you guys involved. So thank you so much for being a part of this. Thank you for watching. Thank you for the thumbs up. And if you haven't subscribed yet, please do consider doing so because a lot more is coming. I keep on finding things to fix on these units and I enjoy making the content for you guys. So I love every single one of you guys and we'll see you in 2025.